short session to light us up, you know. And finally, we're going to have another of our partners, WallX. WallX is a fintech. They'll be speaking, telling you more about themselves. They're fintech enabling payments across Africa and the world. And they have also recently launched an e-commerce site. And WallX is going to be giving us an opportunity, giving businesses an opportunity, you know, especially the ones on this call, you know, to come on board their platform for free. So basically, you're going to have the opportunity to have an e-store on the WallX platform for free, you know. And from today, you know, you can sign up, you know, and then you can begin to, their team, they'll tell us all about that. Their team will guide you, and, you know, before you even start, you have started. If you know what I mean. So thank you very much for coming. I don't want to take any more of your time, and I'm going to be bringing up Mr. Emeka Odiberi. He's the GM of PLLI, and he's going to take us on a short learning session, you know, and right after that, we'll have the Vantage Forum, and then we'll have WallX. Mr. Odiberi, please.
Good morning, everyone. It's nice to have you here, and welcome once again to Spark by PLLI. One of the things that we are all prepared to do is position ourselves for exponential growth, exponential increase, and also position ourselves for stability and sustainability as we want to roll out business ideas, roll out profitable ideas, and the things that we want to do. So today, I'm just going to be talking to us briefly about positioning ourselves from ideas to wealth. And in that light, I'll be sharing my screen shortly. Okay. So can you see my screen?
Yes,
if you can see my screen, just show me a thumbs up.
Yes, you can, absolutely.
All right, thank you. So we're moving from ideas to income. A lot of us came here because we want to learn about setting up an enterprise, or want to learn about sustaining our enterprise, or want to learn about positioning our enterprise for improved profits, expanded reach, etc. And one of the things I've come to find out is that entrepreneurship in itself doesn't make you rich. Also, it doesn't make you wealthy. Why? Because entrepreneurship in itself particularly is stomaching risk for every day. So the concept is, without strategy, you will fail. But with the right strategy, right information, and right influence, you're able to get the right results. So I'll be sharing with you some tips, some thoughts that should be able to prepare you for your journey in the next 12 weeks. One of the things I would hold on to before I roll out the class is take note of who you are today, so that you can be able to compare your before and after. Because in the midst of everything, it's who you are becoming that matters. So just take note of who you are today, where you are today with your business and your idea. Then at the end of your 12 weeks, do another evaluation of yourself in retrospect, looking at where you were when you started, how your idea was when you started, how your idea is now with all that you have learned and all the assignments and all the inputs you've made, and how you are positioned for the future. Reason is because it wouldn't do you any much good if you have so much investment in this next 12 weeks, and at the end of the day, you are still on your point of starting. You are still at status quo. It won't do you any good. So my slide rolls now. Serious. Excuse me. My slide is not responding. Wait, let me stop sharing. Sorry, I'll be back in. Right, I'm back. Sorry, I had some hitches. My PowerPoint was freezing. I'm back now. Sorry, I had some issues. My PowerPoint was freezing. So, like I was saying, we have to be able to take note of where we are looking at it in relation to the start point and where we are currently. So we all must be able to see how far we want to go, because the journey is not about what they are telling you. It's not about how they are telling you. It's about implementation. So it will be in your best interest to see to it that you are able to implement all that you're shown, all that you are taught throughout the entire process. So first is, how many of you here are in your idea stage? You can put that in the chat session. How many of you are in your idea stage? How many of you are already building your business? How many of you have started scaling? Just write either idea or write building or scaling. Selling is also scaling. So when you start making sales, it means you've already developed a product. So just write it in the chat session. Let me just go through. So if you're an idea stage, just write idea. If you are, all right, I'm building and transferring to scale, that's Nengi. Isaac says selling, Daniel says selling, George building, scaling, selling. Okay. So I think I have the right people in the room. Okay, scaling, selling, carrying. Okay, nice one. So in that light, we can tell that we are in the right place and we are positioned for what we want to do next. So if you look at what you're doing, you should be asking yourself, what is the next step? Because now that you are scaling, now that you are ideating, we have to find out, is your idea working? Do you understand? Is your idea working? What are the next steps? Reason is because, for example, you make food. I make food, I sell. I do soup buckets. I have a restaurant. I produce processed foods and I sell. Just using that as an example. If you have been doing well, the question is, how much have you been making? How much more can you make? Who are your competition? What are they doing differently? How do you want to meet up? What are your competitive analysis, and what are the ways you feel you can be able to mash up and catch up with your competition to be able to make it work for you? Now, at that point, in the course of your learning, every idea counts. So if they're telling you things about how to be able to create unique products, how to be able to get innovative in your ideas, you now have to begin to ask yourself, after learning for innovation, what am I going to do when I get home? What am I going to do differently for my business? For example, I had a friend who had a cassava farm, and his cassava was doing so well, but he wasn't selling. So he has like 50 hectares of cassava. When it's time for harvest, nobody's coming to buy. So a lot of the time they rot in the farm. So what he did was that he told himself that farming was not what he needed to learn. Selling was what he needed to learn. So he came to class to learn how to sell. And in the course of trying to learn what he wanted to sell, he found out that all he needed to do to be able to save wastage, first of all, was expand his processing system. So he now looked at processing cassava biscuits, gari, akpu, powdered fufu, etc. And at the end of the day, he came up with a product line that had about 8 different products from his farm. So depending on people to just come and buy his cassava, had to stop, and he found himself selling improved products, NAFTA certified products. And within a space of 1 year, he was exporting, and people from China came into Nigeria and told him, okay, we need this volume, this number of metric tons of your cassava every year in China to be able to see if you can even produce more byproducts from your source. And from there, he expanded his farm from 50 hectares to over 100 hectares. And now he has his farm in about 4 different states. So the concept is, what are you doing differently? Everybody's doing what you're doing. I make hair, I weave hair, I barb hair, I make wigs. How are you selling what you're selling? Some people here are selling from their houses and exporting as far as to the US and UK and Europe and all that. So the question, what are you doing differently to be able to maximize your profit? So when you talk about you are scaling, you are trying to put yourself at that point where you are building. How are you building? Are you building a perfect team? Are you building yourself in the right environment? Are you building yourself in a position where you are able to get the right market? For example, I observed in Lagos, for example, we have a market variance from the mainland to the island. So there are some products that you produce that do not have a market on the mainland. Rather, they have the consumers on the island. So the question is, looking at your place of production to market, how much is that costing you? If it's costing you a lot more in your profit, you have to be able to look for how to position your production point to where the market is to be able to close your cost of production to improve your profit. So little thoughts as small as that determine a lot in your building process, your growing process, your scaling process of your business. Let's take it back. If you were supposed to design or call your business a vehicle, what kind of car would you call your business? I know some people will want to call their business Lamborghini, but let's look at it. Remember that we have Toyota Corolla that is maybe 3 million. At the same time, we have a Lamborghini that is almost 1 billion. And we have a Mercedes-Benz that's about 100 million. We have some that are 20 million. So look at your business now. If your business was on Lekki Epe Expressway, if your business was on Benin Lagos Expressway, what vehicle would you call your business? I'll see it in the chat session. Let me know those that have the dream cars and those whose cars are still Nigerian used. Okay, Toyota Tundra. I saw one this morning, and it was exactly red. US brought in. Correct. Okay, who's next? I want to see the cars that your businesses are. Cybertruck, correct. That should be a Tesla or the Chinese version. But I've seen a Jack Cybertruck, and I think I prefer that to a Tesla though. Okay, Toyota Tacoma. Okay, cross-country people. I hope your business can go cross-country the way you are planning to put the vehicle. Who's next? Urus. People that are dreaming big. The Lord is your strength. Toyota Hilux, is it an adventure or which one? A Chevrolet. Which of the Chevrolets? Because now you're giving me the brand. You don't want to tell me the kind of car, so I will not judge you. But I'm here to judge. Okay, this one said, for we that know car names, somebody, okay, if we that don't know car names, somebody should help us. Okay, no problem. Since you are in the realm of Toyota and Honda, we can decide to dash you maybe Toyota Land Cruiser 2025. Amen. All right, Range Rover, correct. Toyota Hilux for ruggedness. Very, very, very top-it business. I like that. All right, so let me move on. So now that you know the kind of car that you have, take note of something. Between now and the next 12 weeks, your car can change. Some of you, your car will become a wheelbarrow. Why? Because you will now find out that what you had and thought it was a business was not a business. So you have to regroup. You have to go and re-strategize. Then some of you, your cars may even up and become a private jet simply because you have been on the right trajectory. All you now need to enable the new ingredients, and the world is your playground. Do you understand? So the concept is going through this journey will help you know where you are. Some of you, the cars that you choose, awesome, like a G-Wagon. Some of you will just be a G-Wagon casket, in that it's just the body, no chairs inside, no gear, no tire, simply because you've not gotten the right ingredients. But with what you learn, fix your car. With what you learn, ensure your car becomes roadworthy. With what you learn, ensure your car becomes a glam you want to see. I don't know how many of you have taken note of this. Anytime you're driving a car, you don't see yourself. It's people outside that see you, and they're the ones that hail you. You that is driving inside, you have never seen yourself enough to hail yourself. Do you understand? Why? Because it is how your car is, you drive it. And it's only you that knows whether you are comfortable or not comfortable. So the concept is build comfort, build ruggedity, build tenacity, and build the car of your dreams. So that while you drive, people will see you for what you drive. Is that okay? So moving on to the next slide. Not going. All right. Okay, let me just continue. So that is the introductory phase. The next is simple. You are here for a reason. You plan that in the next 5 years, you want to be a startup that is attracting investors. You want to be a startup that is getting access to a lot of high-profile markets, high-profile customers, high-profile markets interest. The question is, your business can never be far from who you are. So while you're trying to build that business, that you want to build, one of the things you need to look out for is becoming the person that represents the business. Do you understand? You need to position yourself to become the person that represents the business. Reason is simple. People will see you and they will judge your business how they see you. So when you're going through this process, ensure that you're not just doing for your business alone, do it for yourself. Become a better version of yourself to own the business that reflects you. Because it is who you push out there that people will end up buying in the long run. People relate with your product depending on how you sell yourself. So the question you now ask yourself is, who are you selling? Who is your target audience? What are you meeting in their lives? What pain points are you solving for them? and what kind of solutions are you bringing to them. So at the end of the day, they will respond to you according to how they perceive you to solve their problems, meet their needs, and how they perceive you to reach out to them. So if you truly care, then let your product care. If you truly are empathetic, let your product be empathetic. If you truly love them, let your product sell love. It's exciting to see an Indomie advert where a mother is supposed to scold her children, but instead of scolding her children, she prepares Indomie for them and stirs them up to arrange their room so that they can come and eat Indomie. It's out of love. On a normal day, she will tear their skin and remind them that she's their mother. But the advert is selling love, so that when next you want to cook Indomie, you don't cook it out of the heart of destroying the person who is going to consume it, but you cook it out of the heart of, I bought love that I saw, and I want to feel that same love while I eat. So whatever business you want to do, whether it is service-oriented or product-oriented, always ensure that you put yourself and the customer in a typical exchange to ensure that you who is giving and the person who is receiving, there is a connection and there is an identification of this need was here and this solution was brought and there was a marriage. So who is your target audience? Your target audience is the guy that lives in Ikoyi that has $1 billion to spare. The question is, when he is your target audience, you ask yourself, is your product positioned for that target audience? Because the guy in Ikoyi is not coming to eat mama puts by the roadside. He's going to a 5-star restaurant to be able to eat what he would have eaten in mama put for 300 naira for maybe 100,000 naira. And there's the reason why. Because in that 100,000 naira, he has been given AC comfort, he has been given environmental comfort, he has been given a place where he can have a networking engagement with his friends, he has been given the food and the cutlery that look like what he does, what he satisfies himself with at home. And at the end of the day, he has the same kind of comfort that he has in his private space in that place. So when he wants to pay, he's not regretting how much he's paying, but rather he's paying it out of the fact that you met him at his point of need. How many of you have observed that when you go to a fast food, they don't cook the food differently? They actually cook the same food that you can buy on the roadside. The only difference is the cutleries, the plates, the environment that you are eating it in. So they are selling the environment to you and you are paying the extra. It's not the food. So when you are looking at your target audience, position yourself to be able to make yourself a homely receptor of that target audience. Let the person be happy to spend and not regret giving you the money so that the person doesn't feel as though you robbed the person. And remember, once the pain point is being met, the person doesn't think twice to release the funds. Then be solution-driven, be solution-oriented. The world we live in is very selfish. Everybody is so selfish that even your laptop, your phone now has a selfie camera. So the concept is why? Because everybody's thinking about themselves. So nobody's coming to buy your product because you are making it. Everybody's coming to buy your product for one singular reason. You are meeting them at the point of need. It's about them. So you have Gary in your house. Don't sell Gary to the people. Find out this person, what does this person want? The person wants Gary, very clean, well processed, very dry, very packaged in smaller volumes. Those thoughts are the things that now give you your product sizes, your product branding, your product ideas, your product market zones, that you can now go and sell it in ShopRite or in Spar, knowing that the person is not going to come to mile 2 to come and buy it from you, or mile 12. The person is coming to a place that is cozy, refreshing, AC packed, or you are sending it to the person in a carton, selling with logistics, and everything is packed inside a carton of 12, a carton of 20, because you are packaging your solution to meet that person in the person's realm of craving. So everything has to be intentional. So at the end of the day, when you hit your target audience, hit their pain points, and come up with your unique solutions, they should be able to look at you and say, yeah, you got it right. So that's that for that. The next is you need to look at your activities. Don't be that entrepreneur that is carried away with plenty. I did this one today, I didn't do it today, I didn't do this one tomorrow, I did this one tomorrow. Be an entrepreneur that understands the dynamics around managing your production time, managing your activity schedule, managing what you do. Reason is because you have whatever you set up as precedence is what your staff will collect as habits. It's what your staff will collect as work culture. It's what your staff will collect as the reflections of you to the customers. Many a times after you finish creating your systems, creating your product, creating your ideas, your team becomes your extension. And your team will never do outside what you do. So because your team will always do around what you do, you find out that as a person, you need to be able to set a template that works for you. You need to be able to set up that thing that can make your team, your product, your idea be sold in such a way that anybody that meets it is able to replicate it. So right now, while you're listening to me, if you have a notepad beside you or you have your what do you call it, your notepad or your phones, anyhow, just write this for your products. You know the name of your company, you know your product. Now write this. My name of my company and my product, which is we help our customer solve this pain with this solution. You have 1 minute to do that. At least you should already know what your idea or your product is. So myself, my company, my products, my service, we solve this pain with this solution. It's just a one line. It's not a very heavy thing. After looking at it, if you think it makes sense, drop it on the chat box. But if you think what you wrote doesn't make sense, you have 3 minutes to look at it again, reevaluate it, and write something new, and drop it on the chat box. So I'm on the chat box and I'm checking to see what you're writing so that we can review it together and brainstorm. So the 1 minute for those that have it clear is rounding up gradually. I think we have about 30 seconds to go. Then for those who are reevaluating, we still have about 3 minutes to craft something new and drop. Reason is because we have started the journey and the journey is running. Okay, POHAM counseling helps young adults navigate emotional mental health challenges with talk therapy sessions. Nice. So I'll start with you, pending when the others drop. So you handle counseling. The question now is, do they come to you or you find them? If you wait for them to keep coming to you, you may not find them. So the question is, where do you find this kind of people? Where do you find your audience? Where do they exist? Do you come up with daily mental health talks to be able to help people go through their stuff? Then they can send you a DM. Do you come up with things that x-ray their challenges and they can meet up with you? I'm just sharing strategies with you as we're looking at it. Vantage Music Academy provides musical instruments training solutions for children. So how do you find the parents that want to engage you? For example, even myself, I'm looking for someone that will come and teach my daughter how to play a violin. And I've been looking for how the person can access me where I am. So do the trainings happen online or do they happen offline? If they happen online, how do you reach your audience? What do you do differently on the internet to be able to see to it that you are visible to the people who are looking for you? If it's happening offline, how do you catch them? When do you catch them? What off times do you make available to be able to make parents adapt to your program schedule? Because in the long run, like I said earlier, it's about them that have the needs than you who is providing the service. So TC Garments helps clothing, TC Garments, so that, why is he jumping? Okay. KTC Garments helps clothing brands mass produce their ready-to-wear clothes. Nice. So how many brands are you aligning with currently? How many brands are where you exist? How do you plan to reach out to these brands to be able to ensure that they can engage you for to mass produce their wares? Then beyond that, how do you want to be able to sustain the constant production and engagement to see to it that in the next 3 years, you will be the plug and the go-to person and nobody comes to take the market space from you? Case Properties helps you find perfect homes for your family within your budget. Awesome. So finding people with their perfect homes within their budget, how do you find them? Because a lot of people are looking for perfect homes within their budget, but they are not finding, and they are not being given opportunities to meet with people like you. So how do they meet you? How do they find you? How do you change the market narrative to make yourself accessible and readily available to the people that need your person and your presence? Smoothie bagging and shakes. We deal on processing and production of natural fruit juices. So are you producing your fruits? How are you managing your raw materials into your business? How are you ensuring that if there's scarcity of fruits today, your business doesn't shut down because you don't have access to raw materials? So how do you plan? Are you planning to create a greenhouse farm? Are you planning to create a local orchard? What are you going to do to be able to sustain your raw materials and process? I'll give you a story. When Cowbell started losing the general market space, they changed their business model, and what they changed their business model into was supplying milk to the likes of Viju and Bobo. So at the end of the day, whether you buy their milk in sachet or not, they had ready market to see to it that their milk was not lying saturated in their factory. So you have to be able to look at your raw materials and look at your end market to see to it that you are able to sustain production. Okay, Isaac Consolidates provides solutions tailored for businesses and clients' growth. Nice one. You're into consulting and SME solutions. So how do you meet up with your market? What associations are you with to be able to ensure that you are constantly in your ecosystem and doing what you have to do? Soul Savvy Supplies helps fashion designers and tailors solve the problem of certain tailoring materials. So are you producing the materials? Do you have a deal that gives you wholesalership? How do you plan to sustain? Because sustainability is all. The ideas could be very good, but if you cannot manage sustainability, that idea is given a timeline to die soon. Modigi educates children and teenagers on creative digital skills. So I'll take you back to the question I asked earlier. How do you make yourself visible to the people that require your services? And how do you make these smart devices become something that relates with you at the top of the mind person that they need to engage with? Nice. Nimes Drinks and Water will provide my customers the convenience and affordability of having their drinks and water delivered to their events. Awesome. Very nice. So you have to be able to create a vendorship that locks you into a lot of people that have this kind of businesses, people who have productions, people who have these things to trust in, and at the same time, you have to connect yourself with a lot of people who are event vendors so that you are able to keep your market open and pure. So I'll stop here for now. I will still be able to go through the others before we round up. On to the next slide. It's all about seeing to it that we are able to navigate these waters. I think already some of you are already beginning to see that your businesses are taking shape and there are a lot of things you can do differently. The next thing you have to look out for is your revenue model. Your revenue model. Why? Because now that we're showing you how to be able to reach out to your customer, what you have to do differently, you have to think about revenue models. And what is it about your revenue model? Your revenue model is simply making you know how do you earn your money? How do you charge your clients? Do you understand? How do you charge your clients? Are they paying you per project? Are they contracting you for a season? Are they locking down their relationship with you on a tenure basis? Are you converting your products to digital? Are you creating digital products? Are you creating, you are a consultant, you are a trainer, you are a content or a thought person, how you packaging your products to make it accessible to these people, and being able to earn a living with how you package your products. Are you running a community where you constantly are able to access them? Like recently, I saw someone who just created a community to create exceptional leaders. And initially, what she started by doing was she was working with people that were cancer survivors and people living with cancer. From there, she started a leadership development academy. And from there, she grew her WhatsApp group to about 1,000 people. And now decided to run a daily training for 4 weeks. At the end of 4 weeks, a lot of people were giving testimonials. Oh, I'm seeing this, 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 I'm seeing this. Now she told them, okay, the free is ending. I'm starting a new academy at 37,000 naira per head. More than half of the people in that group, because they have had that experience, are turning into people that want to benefit from her program, and they are paying the fees and they want to get on board. So the concept is, you lock them on subscriptions. Are you taking people down on 3 months, like some of you that want to run academy for music and likes? Are you going to keep them for every term? I think I recently encountered a particular brand in Lagos that tells you, okay, we have a different kind of subscriptions. We have people that pay for a full year. We have people that pay for 6 months. We have people that pay for 3 months. We have people that pay us weekly. So your subscription model is also very important, because it also helps you determine how you grow your profit and how you monitor and check your growth in your daily earning and your customer retention. Reason is because when you can't monitor this, you do not know whether you are failing or you are growing. But since you want to grow, it has to be important for you to see to it that this constantly can happen and can be monitored in real time. So moving forward, I'm almost done. We have to look at our funnels. Every business has a funnel. Every business is a funnel. And you need to be able to have clear understanding of how unique your own funnel is. Reason is because if you do not know your funnel, you would not know how to engage. Everybody in Nigeria is about, say we're about 200 million or 300 million, as the case may be. 300 million is the opening of your funnel. That's the biggest part of your funnel, is the opening. And that's where your leads are, which means you have 200, 300 million people that are your leads in the country. We're looking at Nigeria first before we scale up to Africa, right? And you have to ask yourself, how do you want to reach them? Some years back, to reach them, you had to use a newspaper, or you had to use NTA News, or you had to use whatever platform. Then DSTV came and expanded the opportunity to reach a lot more people. Then social media came and expanded the opportunity to reach a lot more people. So the question now is, this is your product, this is your idea, this is your service. The lead is open, is open-ended, is exponential, it doesn't have restrictions. What's your plan to be able to engage this crowd every day? I had my father growing up who always looked up to 9 p.m. news to watch NTA News. That's his generation. And any advert he put on that 9 p.m. news, he got to watch it. Currently, we have a generation that picks up the phone as soon as they wake up. Before they go to bed at night, they look at their phones. As they get to the office, they look at their phones. So the question is, if they look at their phones, are you where they are? Some of them are on Facebook. Are you on Facebook? Some of them are on Instagram. Are you on Instagram? Some of them are on TikTok. Are you on TikTok? Some of them are on Twitter. Are you on Twitter? Everybody is not everywhere. So you have to ask yourself, the people that consume your products, your idea, your thoughts, where are they? So you will have, that will now help you determine whether you need to print flyers and give to people to come and share in maybe churches, mosques, and shopping malls, or general market space. That will determine whether you have to put a billboard somewhere. That will determine whether you have to think about creating some little engagement events, or even do a roadshow to be able to create awareness of your product. I think some years back, a product was created called Boko Herbal. Boko Herbal was created and they didn't have the license to go into chemist shops. So what the guy decided to do was to pay bosses and pay marketing agencies to recruit marketers daily that will dance on the road with Boko Herbal And at the end of his first year using road shows to market, he made 8 billion naira. With his 8 billion naira, he was able to get his NAFDAC registration, now get himself off the streets and get into pharmacy shelves and everything, and become a household name in the herbal remedy space. The question is, what are you doing differently? So as you go through this class, have those questions in your head. The ones you already have solutions to, begin to deploy. The ones you don't have solutions to, as the class evolves, begin to find where the solution is. Even the periods where we want to have Q&A with you, live Q&A sessions, the ones that are not being answered in the class, you can bring them up so that the experts can solve those questions for you in real time. Why? Because your growth is important. It's not about starting, it's about finishing better than you started and finishing well. So you have to look at your engagement platforms very strongly and check when you look at the likes of, this may not be taught you exponentially in class, but when you look at the platforms you belong to, on the go, while you learn and you try to deploy, check what happens in WhatsApp business. What are the people on WhatsApp business doing differently? If you don't know what to do, type it on Google search. How do I use WhatsApp business effectively? How do I use Instagram business effectively? How do I use a Facebook shop effectively? Why? Because your market is now bigger than it was before, and it is wider. You don't need to have a physical shop space to have a market. All you need is a business account, and you have a shop space, and someone can engage. And you have logistics everywhere now, so anybody can get your product anywhere they want it. So sit down, reevaluate your process, reevaluate what you're doing, and remember that it's about conversions, it's about sales, it's about profits, it's about getting as much as possible. Our plan is not for you to end rich. Our plan is for you to be able to get wealthy and manage wealth. So in the midst of everything you want to do, ensure that you follow through the processes and get them right. Anything you do, do excellently, do well. Where you have challenges, reach out. So with this, you have clarity as to how your funnel should work. And it's also going to be able to help you have clarity as to how to do the things you want to do with your business. One other thing you need to look out for is, what are the mini strategies you need to implement? What are the mini strategies you need to make your business run? What are the mini strategies you need to run your business on? Reason is because the edge you have over your neighbor is strategy. The edge you have over the market challenges is strategy. So you have to be very intentional about deployment of strategy. So this is a mini strategy canvas for you. This is an assignment you take home. You can submit it in your WhatsApp groups for those of you that are already in class. So the number one is, what are you offering? Sit down and reevaluate your offer. What are you offering, and how are you different from your competitors? How are you different from your predecessors? How are you different from people that have been doing what you do in your market space? How are you doing it differently to be able to ensure that you're able to secure a market share? Then what's the uniqueness of your markets? Some people's market is online, some people's market is offline, some people's market is referral, some people's market is customer satisfaction at its optimal, seeing to it that is able to bring back conversions. What's your market uniqueness? And remember, marketing is different from sales. So the question is, what are you marketing and how are you marketing it? And what are your marketing sequences? And what are your marketing ideas? Then what channels are you using? Are you engaging? Are you engaging platforms? Are you engaging real market? Are you engaging just online vendors? Are you engaging influencers? What channels are you using? Then you should understand that as a business, one of the rules you must live with is every business must have a business account. This is not what you do at the end of 12 weeks. This is what you have to start doing now. So which means if your business is registered, thumbs up. If your business is not registered, praise God. Why? Because you can register it today. Smidan is registering for free, and Smidan is CBN recognized currently. That's one. Secondly, you can go to CAC and you can get registered, and registered is not expensive. But at the same time, I would rather opt to start with free than upgrade to paid. Life is easy. But the concept is, register your business, open a bank account. It is important because it is foolishness to run a business that feeds you and you put your hand that feeds you into the same place that runs your business. You are cheating yourself and you are cheating the business and you are killing the business. So your business account will be able to account for your business, account for your tax and your audits, account for your monitoring of your growth sequence in the business, and your business should pay you an income. So your business should be a pay gateway, not a source of expense control. You want to buy tissue, is business account. You want to cook, is business account. You want to pay NEPA bill, business account. You want to pay your landlord, is business account. You want to take your children to school, is business account. It's not done so. So let your business account for itself so that you can be able to monitor its growth, see where it's working, see where it's failing, and see where you need help. Because at the end of the day, let's assume CBN wants to give everybody that participates in this program 5 million naira to support their businesses. They will not give it to you when they check your books and your books are irregular. So you need to position yourself from now to get your financials right. So you ask yourself, what is your income? Then secondly, you also ask yourself, if you multiply your income times 12 months, does it solve your rent? Does it pay your bills? Does it pay for those of you that have children, does it pay your children's school fees? Does it manage your everyday operations? So if your income is low, it means you should now think about how to be able to expand strategy, to expand your business, to be able to pay you a higher income and not to the detriment of the company. Because standard says that your income and your staff salary should be paid with 10% of your profits. So when you've made profits, which you have guaranteed, 10% of that profit should be able to take care of everybody's salary. So the question is, your 10%, is it realistic? If it's not realistic, change your business idea or change your strategy and reposition for the market. So that's why you are here for your 90 days. You're here for your 12 weeks, simply because we want to ensure that whatever you leave here with is realistic and workable, not assumptions. Because it pains a lot to put so much energy into a business, so much resources into a business, and at the end of the day, there's nothing to show. So this slide will be shared with you immediately after this, for those of you in class. I have to emphasize that for those of you in class. And when it's shared with you, go through again, reevaluate, and submit your follow-up from this in the class, and we'll evaluate it at the back end. So, having said that, the question is, do you have any questions for me? Because I'm done with my training and I want to attend to questions. It's question and answer time. And we can move on to the next line of activity for today's onboarding. So questions, Q&A. So I'll just be on standby. You mop up your questions so I can answer them once.
Good morning once again. Sorry, hope I can unmute myself and speak.
Go ahead.
Thank you. You did mention, I just want to get that point very well. You said your business should be able to do 10% of your profit should be able to cover your salaries and something. I didn't get that bit. I just need some clarity around that.
Okay, I said on a standard, salaries are supposed to be paid from 10% of your profits. So if you want to have good profits in your business, if you want to have good income from your business, you have to target to increase your profit to be able to accommodate the kind of income you expect. It doesn't happen from the beginning quite all right, but the concept is to grow your business to that level so that at the end of the day, when you begin to pay salaries, the way you want to pay it is not eating into your company's profit and is not putting your company in deficit.
Okay. Oh, I get that thought. Thank you so much.
All right. Olubumi, go ahead.
Thank you very much, sir. This lesson has been very impactful and very eye-opening. Okay, so my question is, for me, my business is basically trading. I go to markets, I meet suppliers, I buy, I restock my shop, and I sell. So when you talk about what can you do differently, when you talk about strategy, it's a bit hazy for me because it's as simple as buying and selling. Just like you go to a malam, you buy. You go to a pepper seller, you buy. So when you talk about strategy and when you talk about what can you do differently, when you talk about uniqueness, I don't know how to cap it and really take.
You don't have anything to be afraid of. I think one of the things I can help you with, off my head, is what products you sell. Let me so that I can be specific with your products line. What product do you sell?
Materials.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Tailoring materials.
Oh, tailoring materials. Okay, very fine. One of the things you need to find out, number one, you sell. It is good. Position yourself to increase your position on the food chain. It is good to start by buying and selling and making profit. But as you make your profit, position yourself to become a supplier to other people that buy and sell like you. Do you understand? Which means when you go out to meet your vendors, sometimes have conversations with them that can position you to even meet their suppliers. That's one. Another thing you can do differently is to see to it that you are able to reach out to some other tailors and you make their work easier. People that cannot go to distant markets can come and say, okay, whenever you want to get this and this and this, I'm going to market. I had a neighbor in Asaba that used to do that. Whenever she wants to go to market, she goes to tailors around our area and collects their orders. And she goes to Onitsha and Aba, buys and brings to her shop. They come and pick according to what they ordered. So she now became like their plug. Because she became like their plug and she knows how much profit she made on their profits, she was able to now position herself to make those people in Aba and Onitsha begin to send to her on credits. And even at the point, she even had a plug in Lagos that was sent to her in bulk on credit. Then she now makes available to those ones. As they pay up, she pays back, and her business has been able to grow from there. So currently, in that particular environment, she's just one of the few people that, beyond selling the stuff, she now even has tailors that work for her to keep her growing concern active. So things like that are things you can do differently. You can even set up a WhatsApp group, whatever it is. Just there are many trading platforms online now that you can just engage in and tell them that I can make this available for you. All you need to do is let me know your order, let me know your volume, I'll let you know the price, I get it available for you. Since you already have the energy to engage with these people, you can add that to your source and increase your income. Who's next?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. I think I have time to be able to take 2 or 3 more. If that works, if they are not there, then I can call it a day.
I think someone is asking in the comment section, and she says, please, can you speak about breaking even? Do you have to start making profit from the startup month?
No, you mustn't start making profit from startup money. That one is very clear. That's why I call it startup. The truth is that majority of the times, as a startup, you need to spend time to prove your concept. You need to spend time to ensure that what you have is valid, viable, and market ready. So in period of product development and idea management, you have a lot more expenses to make than profits to make. So breaking even happens when you now have a valid product, you have a valid service, and you have been able to create a smooth engagement between yourself, your customer, and there's now a growing concern. Being a growing concern is simple. It simply means that people now come to you either daily, weekly, or on a steady frequency to be able to see to it that that's your product and service has an exchange and you're beginning to get returns and monitor your level of growth. So it's variable. It's not particularly determined, but you can cut short the time it takes for you to get there simply by exchanging strategies, improving concepts, and working into better environments that will be able to give you better yields. That's the concept of why you are learning what you're learning and you want to hear what you want to hear, so that at the end of the day, you are able to open yourself to the full options that are available to you. Samuel, you want to say something?
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. My own business, I'm into online registrations. Like CAC, I do CAC registration, the post incorporation, and the pre incorporation too, and anything, any online application that is up. So that's my own business. So the challenge that I am facing is with customers, because sometimes these registrations are done online. Some persons may not be willing to trust, like, somebody they are meeting online now with their money to do the registration and some of their informations too. So how can I overcome this challenge? Like, that is the major challenge I'm facing, even with my CAC registration business.
Okay, first of all, let me tell you the truth. Let me just tell you the truth on time. The presence of the internet and improved internet services is not going to give your business a long time to survive. Do you understand? It's like the cyber cafe business that got taken away by individual data consumption. Do you understand? So it is
Okay.
good that you do it. But what I will suggest to you, because it's an area of expertise for you, and people will still depend on that particular environment, you can become a resource person that helps people get it right. Because as much as people want to begin to do it on their own and by themselves, and they will give you a lot of hassles getting it done, there's still a level of expertise you have that they don't have. So you can put yourself on top of the food chain by becoming a consultant in that space. That's one. Secondly, you can also decide to look at what other services are important to make this work. What other services are involved in this process? It's like someone that tells you, I do visa interviews. I help people process their visa. You can add visa interview to processing visa. So as much as they pay you, process the visa, and you get out, when you add visa interview, they are paying you a service. So now what you do, the question is, this business I want to register, I don't know what to do. I don't know whether I should register it limited by guarantee. I don't know whether I should do limited. I don't know how many share capital. Turn that to a product, and they should pay you for that consultation, even if it's 10K. That's 10K multiplied by 1,000 people that require that question to be answered. It will solve a lot more for you than going to do that registration by yourself, of which they can do it by themselves. Do you understand? So position yourself to grow in the food chain. And I think that's one of the things you should decide that between now and the next 12 weeks, you position for, because you have a strength, but it's a limited strength because it will not last for too long. The more people get informed, the more you get deformed in that space. So you need to be able to manage it. And when you now are able to manage it and break it into subsequent sub-products and more efficient services, then you now find out that you are ahead of them. So everybody that needs you, those that cannot do it by themselves will now engage you. Those that can do it by themselves will still need you to be able to resource them to get it right.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Yes. Good morning.
Thank you for the input.
Good morning so much.
Morning.
Good morning.
Well, let me attend to Fakir, then I'll come to you, Isaac.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for this insightful presentation. I'm a furniturepreneur. I make furniture, but I don't. How I do it is, I don't sell ready-made products. I sort of like customize for my customers. So how it is that a customer comes to meet me, and they may probably have a space or an office, and they want certain designs, they want certain style and how and like that. I prefer doing that and making ready-made products. I just make and they just keep in the showroom for people to come on. I like the idea of helping people to customize their space in the way they would like it. So that's how my business runs. But I realized that, I'll now have customers who will now be like, they want to know all the things that I want to use, as if like I'm supposed to like start giving them start itemizing. So if I come to your space and you say, okay, you want this drawer, I want this cupboard to be like this, I want this space to be here, I want to have this, I want to have this. And then I go back to my own office. I put all the things I need together, put the quotation, and then send my quotation, and then we can maybe talk on it. And then afterwards, I send the invoice, and then they pay a certain amount for me to start the job and all that. But I now realize that they would want me to sort of like itemize all the things I want to use. And I'm like, I don't work that way, you know? So these are some of the challenges I'm having. And then somehow with this, it's as if I'm tending to have to move to creating ready to buy furniture pieces. And that's not the joy that I feel. I like the fact that I'm helping you to create your space in such a way that it fits you, and then you have all the things, you know, customize it for you. So that's it.
I feel your pain because I have a business that resonates with what you do. Someone already dropped something on the chat session, and the person hit it on the head. Nengi, thank you. He said, "You're an interior designer. Stop selling yourself as a furniturepreneur." That's number one. Reason is because the way they engage interior designers, not the way they engage the producers. Do you understand? So when you, like me, when I have a client, to tell you how my own is interesting, I don't produce any of the things that makes up your interior. But I have a furniture person, I have a painter, I have this one, I have that one. Once you tell me what you want in your space, I come to my system and I give you a 3D representation of what you want. When I give you the 3D representation, I give you like 1 or 2 or 3 options, then I send it back to you. When you choose, you pay. First of all, the 3D I'm doing, you are paying for it because it's part of my consultation. When I'm done and I'll give you a design, then the next thing you will now give you is project costs. When I tell you project costs, you tell me, I give you the options of quality for the project. And when I'm done with that option of quality for the project, you pay. And how I deploy it is my business. If I come to your site throughout the period, it's my business. If I don't come, it's your, do you understand? So at the end of the day.
Sir, so I'm sorry, sir. Yes. Actually, I understand what you're saying. I actually work with interior design, but I have a furniture factory.
I know, I'm not dragging that. What I'm saying is that if you position as a furniture person, your clients will be the same problem.
Okay.
So position as the consultant that is solving the problem. How you want to solve it at that point now becomes your area of private strengths.
Okay.
Do you understand? So the only thing you would do with your shop is maybe give them samples to know the quality of materials you use for different stuff. Then you can now use that to be able to narrow their thoughts to materials. But the most important thing is that once you stage yourself as a producer, they will treat you as a workman. And at the end of the day, they want to tailor your creativity to their taste, and it will affect you. Do you understand? So the concept is put yourself above, package yourself properly. How you get the job done. The most important thing is get the job done and get it done well. Then you now share the profit to every other person and they live their lives happily ever after. Isaac.
All right. Good morning. Thank you for this session. It has really been very insightful. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you clearly.
Okay. All right. So my question is in 2 phases. The first one is I currently run an organization that has 3 subsidiaries or brands underneath the organization. So my first question is it very smart for a company that it's not well known to be running 3 different brands underneath it without confusing the audiences? Then secondly, for each subsidiary or brand under the organization, we serve as both an agency and as a community. So let me just explain a bit so that you can get what I'm trying to say. So for the tech aspect, so what we do is we handle tech projects, whether be it web design, software engineering, applications, and the likes. And we also outsource some of my staffs out. Maybe there's a firm that is not interested in hiring a project management manager or whatsoever. So we can just outsource our staffs and they get the job done. Then as a community, we also try to train people on this digital skill. And we are also advancing long-term into making this community a safe haven where people can come and pick top talents. But the issue I have with this now is, first, internally, my employees are finding it very difficult to differentiate between the agency aspect and the community aspect. And secondly, even those that are making use of our products are finding it very difficult to tailor the solutions to them.
I think it's very simple. Number one, you need to be able to build each for each before you branch off. Reason is because it is what each is known for and what each is established for that will be able to nourish the branches. So as it connects to agency, as it connects to service delivery, as it connects to community, I think you should put your energy more in the service provision and community growth. Reason is because the community keeps you constantly hands-on with skilled professionals that can solve your service problems. Do you understand? Then,
yes.
As that is sustained, when you now need to outsource, let everybody now know that either you are, by that time you should have clear guidelines as to how you run your community. It's like running a cooperative or running a society. Do you understand? So when there are general society rules, there are general society conditions, there are what they call it, constitutions with which the things operate. Then when the outsourcing comes into play, anybody in the community that wants to jump in the outsourcing board now comes into the outsourcing board, and the person is either put on internship or put in a position where when the person is sent out, the person knows what he's representing and for how long he's going to be there as a sub. Do you understand? So tenure and everything will come into play. But at the same time, don't be in the hurry, don't kill yourself. You're already in the right path. But all you do is with these 12 weeks, every week, ensure that you are repositioning and putting your ideation into what helps you close your gap. Because one of the things this class will do for you is that it's going to show you where your loopholes are so that you can plug them. And at the same time, it's also going to show you where your strengths are so that you can enhance them for a wider market and publicity and everything. By the end of the day, you find out that at the end of the process, you will know what's important, where to build it from, what is not important, what to keep at the back drawer for now, or what you can bring into the front burner for now, etc.
All right, thank you very much.
All right. I'm done, so that we can move on to the next activity. If you have
There's
more
a
questions.
question here. It says, I think it's from Ikemba. What's the best way to separate non-business expenditure from business account? I think you already answered this, but okay.
I've already answered that. All you need to do is simple, create a business account. And when you create a business account, know what's, the truth is that if you create a business account and your business account earns 100K, if you have expenditure that crosses 100K, you know that you have to now prioritize the expenditure to be able to ensure that you don't move into red. This is just introduction. When you get into class, you know how to do it better and you know how to manage your books better. But the most important thing is that with this general class, I believe that everybody has been successfully convinced and not confused to be able to own a business and manage a business for sustainability. Thank you very much.
I had a question though, but it's okay, it's fine.
Karen, you can go ahead.
Okay, mine is okay, I sell houses. I'm a realtor. Okay, rather a real estate expert. So I advise you on the what property to get within your budget and all of that. So I recently added something to it, something I said I won't do, but because people have been asking me, I thought it was stressful. I just added that about 3 or 4 months ago. That is helping people get sort out houses, rent. So now I understand how the business works, but I don't I do not want the stress that comes with it. So what I do is what I had to do was I created an agreement form. That's before I go and search for a house, because what I do is different from what the normal agents do. Because one, I know the kind of clients I put. So I had to put a specific location. Yeah, I made a Canva, something like that. So I had to put specifically, like just from the island, like from Shongete down to Ikoyi. First of all, I marked my areas. And what I did was create an agreement from each areas. Like, if you want me to search for a house for you here, this is the amount you're going to pay, your commitment fee. Now, this is the problem now. So people, when I just give them and I show them, okay, this is where you want, this is your budget and all of that, they start telling me, and I tell them, this is your fee. Like, the amount I collect from Shangote is different from the amount I collect at Chevron. And this is because I live around here, so I will make it even cheaper. The amount I collect from Lekki is different from the one I collect from Ikoyi and BI. They are higher. So this is the problem with the clients now. They're always having this problem of, why do you need to charge me? Why not get the house first and get your agency fee? I said it's different, because sometimes clients are not satisfied. You can get like 4 houses and they tell you to keep charging. Whereas your money, you've bunch of wealth, and you remember you have to pay. I don't work alone. I have to pay. I have a driver who works with me. He practically knows everywhere, and I have to pay them too. So this is one of the challenges I have with some will tell you they got your number from the internet, and then they tell you, oh, why are you charging? Oh, please get the house for me first. And I don't know if you're working with other people, because some of them will tell you, I want you to get a house, and they are telling 10 other people. And by the time you're done getting the house for them, and you find out that they don't even remember they actually told you. So I told them it's just for commitment, because even the fees I'm charging is not even much. So how do I've lost some customers because of this.
I think basically I understand what you do. I understand it by experience. But one of the beautiful things that can happen for you, because I think to a good extent you have an intellectual advantage beyond the regular agents. And one of the things you can do is community or subscription model, which is more like, I solve this for you for this. But the concept is, don't narrow it to just rent search alone. I'll give you an example. I'll tell you why. Some people are looking for office space. Some people are looking for rental space. Some people are looking for lease space. Some people are looking for products to buy. So turn yourself into a real estate solution hub that has a subscription model, so that when people reach you at first glance, even if, let's assume you're supposed to charge 10K, 20K, 30K as the likes for individuals, a subscription model that runs like 5K or 10K across board will be able to help you solve the lags and the lacunas around the areas where you don't have direct strength. It's a thought, so I've not tested it. So don't go and say Emeka said. But I think if you're able to think about it like that, if you look at Child Deck, for example, Child Deck woke up one morning and said, pay 2K every month and you can get your deliveries for free. It was a mad idea. Reason because 2K is easy to give out. And at the end of the day, in less than 2 weeks, they had close to over 30,000, 50,000 subscribers at 2K. Guess what? Of that 50,000 subscribers, I doubt that up to 3,000 people will order. Do you understand? And that's what insurance companies do. They make you pay a premium. You pay the premium, and their prayer every day is, may you not die. May you not have accidents. Why? Because whenever that one person has an accident, they will use all they've gathered to solve it, to look efficient, but that their goal is just to mop up cash. So if you're able to create a system that keeps you in that space to be able to mop up cash, that helps you solve this problem for people, and you now still get your extra cash, it could be a very big solution point for you.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
All right.
Yes. Fantastic experience. Please go to the chat room and I say thank you to our facilitator, Mr. Emeka Otibeli, and then how fantastic the session was, whatever takeaways you have, share with Thank you, thank you. So you can hear me now. I said, please go to the comment section and say thank you to our facilitator, Mr. Emeka Odibeli, and let him know, there was a fantastic class, fantastic session. It baffles me every time, the power that knowledge has, and we know the saying that knowledge is power, and how knowledge can shift you. The struggle that we face in life, in business, is the absence of the right knowledge, because life is made up of principles, it's made up of techniques, it's made up of tools. The moment you have access, to the right knowledge in everywhere that you're struggling, ease comes, effortlessness just comes, to that experience. So say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fantastic experience, fantastic experience. And yes, I see your comments. I see all of your comments. Thank you, Chamakatis, thank you. Fakir says thank you. Carrie, John, Isaac, Chioma, Fatima, George Enemi, Shola, Yemi. Oh yeah, and Yemi says he joined quite late. It's okay. We'll make the replay available to all of you on this call, and then you can engage some more. Smoothie says, thank you for this wonderful class. Indeed, a wonderful class. Amazing time with Mr. Emeka. His experiences have really opened my eyes. That is exactly the point of a session like this. Oh yeah, I got the email one after. We apologize, Zama. We apologize, Zama. We'll reach out to you, and then we'll make sure that you have the replay. Oh, sorry. And once again, this is the Spark program. But before we come to the Spark, I think we've been sitting, for a long time, 45 minutes, 11 o'clock. So you may want to take a stretch break. You want to take a bathroom break. You may want to, 2 minutes. So you may want to move. If you're like me, you want to move, you move your body. This would be the right time to play music. So yes. Move your body. Yes, go. Great session. I always have the opportunity. That is said, Yes, happy to have you, Joseph. Zama, we're talking about the program in 2 minutes. We're back in 1 minute. 1 minute. We're back in 1 minute. Just for you to have some bathroom and stretch break. Yes. So the music is to help you move. Move your body, move your body. Yes. 1 minute to go. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for every one of us, that stayed strong up until now. We wrapped this up in a couple of minutes, but
so I have a question,
before I didn't get that.
Yeah, greetings, sir. I have a question.
I will take your question right after I'm done speaking. So just hold the thought and I'll call you up to speak, please, if you don't mind. Okay? That'll be a day in.
All right, sir. All right, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So we are back live, and like as promised, we are going to be taking 2 sessions, as we come to the end of today's event. One from the Vantage Forum, our partners who are the managers of the Godman Akinlabi Endowment Fund. I said it earlier at the beginning of this event that, some of us here are sponsored participants, on a scholarship from the Godman Akinlabi Endowment Fund. And we see you, we know you are in the room. So we are going to take our partners, the Vantage Forum, who are the fund managers of that fund. They are going to tell us, everything about that fund, how it has run, and how the winners have emerged. It is also going to tell you how you can posture, because it's one thing to train. We're also in the business of creating opportunities, for participants as well. So you'll be saying, how you can position for the next round of funding with the Godman Akinlabi Endowment Fund. Also, we have WallX in the room. WallX is a fintech. They'll be telling us all about themselves, and they have just launched a broad e-commerce site, and which they have offered to give us an opportunity to have and to host an online store for free on their site. So they are going to be coming right after the Vantage Forum team to tell us everything about that opportunity, and how we can take advantage and be a part of that. After that, I'll come back for all of us that are asking questions about the Spark. This is just the beginning. The Spark is a 90 days program that's going to be running to resource us at different levels, and a Mini-MBA series like we've called it, and the value is top notch, right? So we'll tell you more about that program on this event. We are going to be giving it 24 hours. It started already. Some participants are already onboarded, enrollment, but officially the LMS is open right after, this class, for engagement, so, but, for the purpose of, this meeting, we are going to give a 24 hours window, an opportunity, and we'll be giving a bonus as well, on this event. So please hang on right after, the sessions. We'll tell you how you can be a part of it. And we'll also take your questions. So please hang on. Mr. Deyinka and Medoye will take your question after this session, so we can take our guests. At this point, I'm going to yield the floor to Mr. Tio. He's going to come on board and he's going to tell us everything about the Godman Akinlabi Empowerment Fund and Vantage Forum. Over to you, sir. Mr. Tio Adewale Onadekol. Dr. Tio Adewale Onadekol, if you may. Thank you so much.
Greetings, everyone. Thanks so much, Team PLLI, for such a great gathering today. Greetings to everyone from the awesome city of Ibadan. I'm joining from Ibadan. It's morning on my side, whatever time it is on your side. Greetings to you all. So I've introduced, I'm Dr. Theo Adewale Onadekol, and I'm a director at Vantage Forum Limited by Guarantee. So on behalf of the board and the management of Vantage Forum Limited by Guarantee, first I want to congratulate everyone that is on this program. Very powerful Spark program by PLLI and partners, our partners in progress. So I congratulate all of you for being part of it. And I also want to especially congratulate the 20 participants that have come under the Godman Akinlabi Enterprise Development Fund. I especially congratulate you. Just to give you a bit of background, Vantage Forum Limited by Guarantee is a company duly incorporated at the Corporate Affairs Commission. It's in the business of economic empowerment and career development. So we do that through venture building, through incubator programs, through creating access to finance for business owners. On the career side, we do mentoring, both career and business. We do mentoring. We also organize conferences that would think will advance your career or your business. So that's really what Vantage Forum is about. We have a board of directors in place. We are in the process of then setting up the remaining machineries to be able to drive the aims and objectives of the organization going forward. Just a little bit about the Godman Akinlabi Enterprise Development Fund. And like my colleague William rightly mentioned, Vantage Forum is the manager of that fund. It's an endowment fund of 15 million naira. We had a total of 1,450 applicants. So for us to narrow down to 20, the 20 of you that were successful to this stage, consider yourself extremely, blessed, to have been elected out of 1,450, just 20 people. That speaks to the rigor that you have to go through, and thanks to PLLI for helping us through that process. We are part of the process from the beginning, and by the way, we are working hand in hand to make sure that we can get the process to the end. And so the 20 of you that are on the Spark program, you are still on a journey because there is no assurance, and I must tell you up front that there is no assurance that the 20 of you that joined the capacity building program will end up receiving funding. You have to prove that your business is fundable, and that's the process you are going through. In the course of this Spark program, we will engage with you, of course, working with PLLI to ensure that we are checking the boxes that then makes you qualify for funding. We have an open check of maximum 50 million. We don't know if each person is going to get, 2.5 million, or one person will get 5 million, somebody will get 100,000. We don't know. So it's like an open check, very blank sheet of paper in front of us. But it is how you then position, how you present your business, how you convince us that will then determine the size of the check we're going to write for you. Maybe some people's check will be one little piece of paper like this. And then some other people's check will be one very large placard that we have to go and look for pens to even write the amount. So it's an open check for you to suddenly, to be the one that will prove which size your check should be, and then that will determine how much you get. But I think that those are the highlights, and I really want to encourage you to be focused, because knowledge is important and money is not everything. There are things you will learn from knowledge that can then help you to effectively utilize funding. But money is not everything. So I encourage you to be very focused on this program, and so that you can imagine into the next phase, which is funding. Beyond the government, the PLLI Enterprise Development Fund, we are also raising new funds. So whether we finance you at this round, or maybe this round enables you to be better prepared for financing, just know that the opportunity, is a value chain, is long term. So as we raise more money, we might be financing some guys on a second round of our funding. Some will be successful at this first round. But what you also need to know that your funding horizon, or your funding universe, goes beyond just the government PLLI Enterprise Development Fund and whatever other funds that Vantage Forum may put on the table. We'll be preparing you to be able to engage banks, to be able to engage other sources of funding, so that in the end, your business, can grow, and then thereby you can use the platform of your business to then serve God and serve humanity with passion. I think I will stop at that, just to allow for people to ask questions, and then I can then step out of the floor and allow you to continue with the program. So thank you very much for your time. Deeply appreciate it. I will yield the floor now for possible questions from the audience. Thank you.
Okay, so if you have a question for Dr. Teo regarding the Vantage Forum and the Goldman Akinlabi Endowment Fund, please identify, just click on the hand raise icon, and I'll call on you to speak. You can also go to the comment section and write down your question. I'll be in the chat room, and I'll pick it up from there as well if you're unable to speak at this time. Any question? Well, thank you so much, Dr. Teo. And guess what? When you were speaking, nothing could be more true than the fact that your funding ecosystem goes beyond this platform and the Goldman Akinlabi Endowment Fund. As a matter of fact, if you're able to stay committed to this program and go through, at the end, funding will be the least of your problems, and I am only sorry for the Vantage Forum that will be making the choices because if 20% go through this program and stay committed, to the materials, the values, the processes, and everything that we've put together, it will be a tough choice. It will be a tough call, and it doesn't even matter who gets the fund. You'll be fine, in the end. So this is a wonderful experience. It's a promise, as a matter of fact. And then we trust that you're going to have a fantastic experience. Karen said, is it limited to only the people who are being sponsored for this program?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. The funding is limited to the 20 people that we are sponsoring to this program. But like I mentioned earlier, it is not also automatic that the 20 people will get funded. You're on a journey. So it might come up that maybe the solution that somebody else on this platform needs is maybe a fractional CFO or some introduction to some marketing, solution. We will find out what the package will be along the line. So 20 people potentially could be funded under the government Akinabi Enterprise Development Fund, but it is not automatic that the entire 20 people will be funded if you know how it works. So you have to prove that your business needs funding. You have to convince, look at me very well, you have to convince myself and the other members for the investment committee that you actually, your business qualifies for funding, and you are happy to go by the terms and conditions that are going to be attached to the funding. Very transparent terms and conditions, really to hold you and hold you accountable. That's a key word there. So it's not like it's some abracadabra funding. It's just accountability that is driving what I just said now. So that is my answer to Carol. Thank you for that question.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Teo. So what Dr. Teo is saying is that you have accountability structures in the program, to get, accountability, and then you have access to resources, resources in form of consulting, and you may just need some financial consulting, maybe branding and communication consulting, business development consulting, risk and compliance consulting, so I know in Mr. Odibeli's session, he has shared that, the car that you are in now, during the course of the program, you'll be able to determine where you are at, and dimension your business to exactly know where you are, and where you need to get to, and our job, is to fill in the gaps, to put in processes, structures, people, to ferry you from where you are at the moment to where you want to be. Okay, Adeyinka is saying, are the 20 people known that they are sponsored? Were they sent an email to this effect? Because I do not understand. Yeah, so the guys that have come in from the Godman Akelabi Endowment Fund, they know themselves. They are sponsored participants. Like I said, they've been sponsored to this program. We also have some of us here who are self-sponsored, but the value is the same, and the opportunities, are available to all of us. So let's just interact, and you cannot doubt the value that is available to this program. Chisoba is saying, sorry, I can't hear because I'm a deaf woman. Chisoba, I'm not sure how to communicate, but we hear you. And we're actually working on a program for people and persons with disability. If you have an interpreter, and for people also on this program, we are also trying to run an inclusive program to see how we can cater to people with disability. Is in the works, and we are going to reach out to every one of you. If there are no more questions for Dr. Teo, at this point, I want to thank you very much to the Vantage Forum and the management board and team, and thank the Godman Akelabi Endowment Fund as well. Thank you for sharing your time with us, and then we look forward to seeing more of you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Please go to the comment section and say thank you to Dr. Teo for coming on board this program. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Wishing everyone the happy rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. A lot of love in the comment section, Dr. Teo, and thank you for coming on board. And yes, Lara would have opportunity to consult, on different professional services. Just be on the lookout. It's going to be a fantastic experience. Without wasting much time, we have the WallX team in the room, and we have the CEO of WallX Africa, Mr. Richmond Ogiga, in the room. He's going to be, speaking briefly to us, about WallX. WallX, like I said before, is a fintech enabling small and medium-scale enterprises enabling several, transactions and conversions across Africa and beyond. So they'll be sharing with us. But today, WallX has an e-store, e-commerce product that they have just launched, and they're giving, every one of us on this call an opportunity, to have a free access, free online store on their platform. They'll be telling us, a lot more about this. Mr. Richmond Ogigai, I yield the floor to you. Please welcome him. Welcome him. Go to the comment section.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Please let me know if you guys can hear me. First, let me apologize for having this meeting in transit. I mean, the time caught me a while. I was on my way. And of course, I want to appreciate and thank everyone and every member of PLLI, all protocols observed. I'm also supported by one of my colleagues on this call, Christabel, who will probably be taking, the house on some practical demo on how our product is. Just to introduce myself again, my name is Richmond. I'm the CEO and co-founder for WallX Africa, and we've been around since 2022. Officially, that's where we launched. And we are basically within the financial services sector, also supporting businesses of all sizes, providing them with different types of business management software just to help you, drive some sort of digitalization roadmap for your business, regardless of anywhere you are in your business, from payments to back office operation. That's really what we've been doing by the special grace of God. Today, we are very privileged to be a part of this Spark program. And when we started thinking around it, we felt, it would be great to extend some of the things that we believe that will be very instrumental to your business growth, and also finding that soft landing to express, how people can access your product and your services. And that's pretty much talking about marketing. How do you market your service and product? How do you put it out there? We have a changing and a dynamic market environment. How do you continue to position yourself very quickly and adopting simple technology, as well as, lowering the barrier for how people can access your product. So we recently launched a product based on this problem, amongst other products that we have, but this is just really tailored to this conversation. 96% of African e-commerce business, or even build an e-commerce platform, as the case may be, because of course they worry about the cost of building an e-commerce platform and also maintaining it. I think I heard someone on the call when he mentioned that he has a software subsidiary and other, subsidiaries. Your software development is not cheap. Imagine your business, it depends at what stage it is, and you really want to build an e-commerce. It costs a lot of money. And then, of course, you now need to have the human capital, or the tech guys to maintain it. And you're trying to also sell and build revenue. That's a lot of distraction. So we're taking that distraction away. The statistics is very alarming. And even in addition to that, customer behaviors are changing. I heard the lady who mentioned that she had a furniture facility where she was, of course, struggling with trying to command the right message to tell our customer, look, I'm not a furniture person. I'm an interior decor and all of that. And that's to also give you a wind of what is happening within the market environment and how customer behaviors are really changing rapidly. All right, so our product today, that we think cuts across every business is represented on this call is Storefront. Storefront is just simply one of our smart e-commerce tools for you, regardless of the kind of business that you do or services that you do. And we've come to realize that a lot of businesses leverage on third-party e-commerce platform. But again, won't it be really great if you are able to build your own storefronts? You're able to build your own e-commerce such that it's easy for you to maintain. You can get customers talking to you. You can upload all your products. You're not limited by the number of products that you want to showcase, because maybe social media limits the total number of infographics that you can upload. And then think about advertising the number of infographics, and that's, those are big challenge, that is staring, every business owner, especially if you are maybe a retailer and all that stuff. So with our storefront, you are able to add your own products and manage your product, upload. We're going to show you a 5 minutes demo. My colleague will do that just after this. You can add your product, label your product, set your cost price, your selling price, and of course, make your storefront, available, just similar to what I've just showed to you. You can make it available on your social media, tie up your WhatsApp contact for those that are in a business where customer reach you over the phone. So, but of course, the beautiful thing is that you now are able to do all of these by yourself, accept and manage orders, collect payments, whether it's card payments, whether it's bank transfers, chat as well, and also receive emails from your customer. It depends at what level or at what stage your business is. If you run a sophisticated operation as well, you can also have some back office activities where if you have orders that needs to be fulfilled by different units or departments or different what do you call it, different groups or branches, you are able to assign those orders, and that's really giving you a lot of intelligence as well as to how your orders are being fulfilled, and of course you are building significant data to grow your business, whether you're approaching a financier or you want to be able to demonstrate that you have revenues coming in. By just simply having this storefront, you will see a lot of data points which we will share to you. And of course, if you run a business where you want to set up statutory taxes, when customers pay you, you would see that it helps you calculate the VAT or a consumption tax. All of that, you can set that up by yourself. You don't need to hire anyone. You don't need to deal with maintenance costs and all that. You can share that link on your social media status, on your WhatsApp status, upload as much products that you have, manage them, show the ones that are available, even shut down the store if you are not available for a certain period, and take the orders as well. So, and again, I believe that all of us on this call, one of the things that we want to see happen around our business is to be able to see our business grow, and from a long-term perspective. And I think Dr. Teo mentioned that very briefly, when he was talking about some of the funding that will be made available for those who can successfully demonstrate some of the learnings and the capacity as well. Every business owner wants to be able to enjoy or see their business grow. And from what we've seen so far, by just having the ability to extend your products and services and being able to market them in different places, by yourself, we've seen, up to about 65% growth in revenue, year on year. And that, of course, has also translated to the fact that with our storefront capabilities, you are able to build what we call a customer community. And, we've seen a lot of businesses grow up to about 4x, and that's simply because they're able to reach out to as much customers just by, having their storefront link available and maybe advertising it in different marketplaces. But of course, you still have full control of your storefront. The storefront, of course, allows you to have increased market penetration, both local and international. Thanks to social media, you can target your ads. I think Mr. Emeka mentioned something at the time I came on the call. You are able to, access more markets. You are able to access, different market, whether it's local. By the way, the tool also allows you to accept both local and international payments within the North American market or even within the African continent. That means you are not limited and you have huge possibility. Technology is no longer an option. It's now something that you have to accept that it has come. At any stage in your business, where are the areas that you think you can begin to adopt technology? You would also agree with me, because you are able to create your storefront and it's accessible over the internet. Somehow you have plugged into the digitization roadmap, of what is happening, or the digitalization trend, to build sustainable growth for your business. I mean, this is just something that I think that every business is on this call. We want to be able to see that, within the course of your cohort, you can start engaging this tool, which we are making available to everyone here. And we'll definitely be happy to see where we can assist to see how you can understand the tool a lot better. I believe we will also show you some interesting features like, being able to set up your mini inventory or stock management. If you run a business where you have inventories, how are you able to set your restock level, or create business bank account, virtual business bank account. These are some of the things that are already available in the tool. Digitize how you send your invoice, manage your petty cash, create a customer loyalty program for some of those customers that engage you through the storefront, have a mini CRM, like a customer relationship management module, where you have the contacts or database of your customers, manage your sales in terms of tracking your business performance, your profit and loss position, and also accept global payment. It's an all-in-one tool that we are, gracefully giving out, to all of you to engage and, start, digitizing some of your operations. Thank you very much. I mean, also, you might want to say, oh, does it support any specific type of business? No, like I mentioned, regardless of where you are in your business, whether you're at the early stage or you're at the scale phase of your business, our tools, are also, open to support you in different areas. I will just allow Christabel, I don't know if you are there, to just take them on a 5 to 7 minutes demo, and then we'll be happy to take in any question. Thank you very much, and I really hope that we are able to add value to you guys in this course. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Richmond. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here with us today. My name is Christabel, and just like my colleague has steadily mentioned the benefit of using storefront to run your business, right? I'll just quickly go into a 5 minutes demo section to show you the pictorial version of how it works. So I'll be sharing my slides, my screen now. Please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, it's up, yeah.
All right. So on WallX Business Suite, we have other amazing features, but I'll just dive into storefront and show you how it can help you benefit your business. All right. So you as a business owner, and you're going, we are currently in digital era whereby you have to promote your business everywhere for people to see you and patronize you. So storefront is here to make sure that is possible for your business. So on storefront, you have the ability to add different products, right? Can you see my screen now, please? Please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, Christabel, I can. I hope everyone is able to see as well.
We can.
All right, so you can add a product. Let's say as a business owner, you're into hospitality, you sell food and the rest. So you can add all your products here, right? After adding your products, you can add your products. You can also manage your tax from the storefront, add VAT and consumption tax. You can also say you have other departments or other branches. Let's say you have different branches, different locations. You can add your branches here, right? You can add your branches there. And the best part about this product is that you can copy your link, right? After uploading all the products that you have available on your store, you can actually copy your link and share on your social media platform like Instagram, Facebook. So I will just quickly drop this on the platform and you can confirm if you can see it. It's giving me, sorry.
Christopher, are you trying to drop the storefront link
Yes,
in
yes,
the
I'm doing that right now.
meeting room? All right.
All right, so I just dropped the link on the chat. Please confirm that you can see the items I just posted. That's on my store.
Not sure you dropped it. I don't know if I'm the
We
one that
can't
is
see the link yet.
the link is not
I see
dropped
the link
on the Zoom
On
chat room.
Zoom?
Yeah, you need to drop it on the Zoom chat room.
That's where I dropped it.
You drop for all or only to a particular person?
Yes, you have to confirm.
All I dropped for all.
All right, let me help you from here. Let me do it from here. I don't know. I'm going to drop it now. Sorry. Can everyone see this? I think I
Yes,
just
we
dropped
can.
I just dropped from my own store, you know. So what that link does
Right.
is that if you set up your product on the storefront, like what Christabel has just said, you can just share that link. You know, that naturally means that you can give out that link to your customers, to your communities, or even sponsor the link on social media, which allows you to give your customers or your potential customer access to all your products. I don't know if you can click it. Can someone just confirm that what is on my store? Christabel, you can bring down your own
Yes.
slide. I want to bring up mine so that.
I can see puff puff.
I can see meat pie.
All right, let me
Now
share.
I'm hungry.
All right, so if you can see my screen, you would notice that what you are seeing is just exactly what I uploaded in terms of the link that I just sent. So, and you might want to try to add to cart, like your customer was making a shopping experience from outside, you know. So, you can see that because you have been able to set the price, you are, you know, able to quickly sell with all the payment options that are available, and then manage your orders. All right, I will just quickly
So I'm trying to check out and I cannot check out. Why? Because I need puff puff now.
Okay. All right, 1 minute. I just want to show you something. Okay. All right, so I'm visiting the store. Like you're probably will be seeing this. It's just similar to what you are seeing. All right. And every time your customer adds to cart, just notice something. I don't know if you are using a mobile phone, but if you are using a computer, on the lower right corner, the customer is able to chat to you. Unfortunately, I don't have my WhatsApp chat on this computer. But your customer is able to, you'll be able to link your WhatsApp number at the time of onboarding on the platform. You are able to link your WhatsApp number to the chat, or even have your customer send you an email, and which is very similar to trying to buy off anything on social media, where most times people just look at the comments or the rating of the merchant and of course want to just chat to be sure. But all of those capabilities are naturally available. Your customer can always pick any item, you know, fill in all the necessary information. If there are side notes, maybe there are certain preferences that the customer wants, you know, is then able to check out. And of course, if it's not willing to, most times, most customers may not want to go ahead, you know, to make a buying decision, especially if they have that feeling that this is the first time they're engaging with you. They would rather want to chat, which is why we've included that capability for you as a business. Every order that you receive, you as the business owner or maybe your managers have those orders, already listed here. So you are able to track, how your orders are coming in, and then you are able to see the performance, for every order. Tells you the total number of orders, total sales, orders for the day, and even your sales for the day. I mean, that's just pretty much on the storefront. I think the value proposition for you guys is that you are able to build, an e-commerce for your own business, and then you are also able to manage it by yourself. If you don't have a product available, you can always take it down, which is just very easy for you to just take it off, delete it, or you want to modify the image of your product. You want to change the product name, the product code, the price, and all that, and put a bit of literature, on the product. You are able to do all of that. So it's not a situation where people will pick interest in one of your products and then you are saying, I don't have it, So all of those capabilities are there. I don't know if Christopher, you want to just run through maybe 2 or 3 tools that will be able to help some other businesses, engage some of the available tools on the business suite. Thank you. Mr. Bell,
All right,
can you hear
thank
me?
you very much, Mr. Richmond.
You want to share your screen?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
All right, sorry about that. Okay, so
we can't see your screen.
coming up right now. Sharing my screen, okay. Can you say it now?
It's not coming up. Let me help you so that we save some time for everyone. All right, so I will just talk through, we talked about other tools that are available on the suite, which is like an entire, you might want to call it a Microsoft Office for business. Let me put it that way, because there are a couple of tools that are available. I think I heard someone on the call talked about bank account. We partnered with 4 banks, Wema, GT, MoneyPoint, and Sterling Bank. So you are able to request for personal bank account and even a business bank account in case you want to receive payments. And of course, all of your payments are easily tracked, through the transaction history. So you're able to open business bank account, you're able to track your transactions, and of course, all of those analytics in terms of your inflow and outflow is being measured here, which means you can download this report, approach a financier and say, look, this has been my business performance within a certain period. I talked about the inventory. We have an inventory system, where you can, add your suppliers, add stock, and sell off your inventory. So if you are selling from your inventory, if you probably had 10 items of cook or furnitures, and you sell out 2, it automatically keeps a record. It also tells you your restock level. Whenever you're running low on stock, it just automatically tells you that you're running out of stock without, worrying yourself. Those triggers are there. You also have, something like a petty cash where you probably want to manage all your expense, and assign maybe someone within your organization, to manage your petty cash. And as the owner of the business, you can go to sleep because you can assign certain fund, to a petty cash wallet, like what you are seeing, and it automatically informs you whenever someone is paying out of the petty cash, which means that you probably would have listed out the beneficiaries who are supposed to receive payments. And then when those payments are done, you get that notification. If your manager needs to request for fund, You have a place where you can see all the petty cash requests. If you approve it, it credits the petty cash wallet. If you do not approve it, it just doesn't credit and sends the notification back to the requester. I talked about the CRM, where you have like a customer relationship dashboard. As customer pay you or as you engage with your customers, maybe building customer loyalty program, you can warehouse their information and use that as a way to market them, both email and SMS marketing. Those tools are readily available. And then lastly, I will talk about international payments. Like I said, when we started this meeting, we are also a financial services company. We're a fintech. And what we've done is that we've been able to power businesses to receive payment across different markets, So as a business, if you have customers who want to pay you in USD, GBP, CAD, or even within the African continent, these are the kind of wallets that we have made available, saving you the hassle of going to open multiple domiciliary accounts, and of course, breaking the barriers in accepting international payments. So which means that you are able to advise your customers to pay you in any of this currency, and then you can always sell off, based on the prevailing rate. So you have the capabilities to do that, amongst other things, invoicing, and of course, making peer-to-peer payment to your suppliers. I would really like to stop here, and we'll be happy to take any question. And of course, we will drop a link if you are interested in signing up. We can send you a link just right on this call, and then we are happy to put you through on how to start engaging both with the storefront, which is the core of this session, and also engaging other tools that comes with our business management software. Thank you. I yield the floor. If there are questions, we'll be happy to take them.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Okay. Please, I have a
Mr.
question.
Richard, thank you very much. You cannot doubt the value, right? It is. I know for some people, and some of us can relate. For some people, this may sound like gibberish, but I say it all the time on PLLI's platform that this is part of the training. So every time you come on board, you're learning how to be future forward, how to be on the cutting edge. You're learning technology, you're learning business, so it's a full bouquet. You're learning communication, interaction, emotional intelligence, people management, and all of that. So I implore you to stay focused and stay committed to all of the learnings that are available on the program. So we'll take questions. I will be starting with Chiamaka Bettina. So can you please unmute your mic and then ask your question?
All right. Thank you, WallX. I have two questions. Maybe I skipped the part where maybe I didn't get the part where you talked about what does it take for business to subscribe to your platform? Maybe I didn't hear that part. And then the second question is, I see that based on your explanation, you focused on product business. So for businesses that are into services that usually have courses, have digital platforms like ebooks, trainings that they want to sell, how can they be able to be a part of WallX? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Chiamaka. Oh, so yeah, so to sign up on the platform, we have to, Christopher, I don't know if you can drop the link. You can come in as a startup business, which means you don't have any form of incorporation. You just have your basic means of ID, which is a simple KYC that we can do. And then you also have the option of registered business, which means you already have incorporation. By the way, you might probably see when you get on the tool where you can start your journey to incorporate if you come in as a startup business. But the entry level to signing up on the platform is really straightforward. You have a starter plan where you just don't have maybe your means of ID, BVN, all that. And then you have a registered option. If you have a business that's already CA seed, and all that. The difference is that it just gives you access to do stronger financial activities like international payments if you are a registered business. All right, to answer, I don't know if I answered that correctly, so I move into the second question.
Yeah, because at the point I was thinking maybe it's for free for every businesses.
No, it's free. I mean, we're giving it out to you guys for a limit. It's part of the perks for being in the Spark program. So it's just to give you access for a good amount of time, and I think the success for your business is what is critical to us first, and then we can then look at other areas, but that's free for now. All right, so the second question, you talked about we skewing our conversation more on the product side, and again, as against the service side. Look, I think the only answer is, provided you have a business where you price it, it is open to even a service type of business. Let me use the example you talked about. Maybe you run some sort of a Coursera type of business where you host training or you have books or materials. Yes, a product I was mentioning is, if you have something you can snap and put a description to it and put a price to it, and you want people to access it, for sure you can, or is it the guy who mentioned that is into pre and post incorporation? If you have a product around, maybe retainership, as some sort of professional services, and you have a fee to that, maybe you are preparing agreements, speaking to a lawyer, whatever it is, bundle that as a product, and then snap something that looks like it and put a price to it, for sure. And that's why you have the first line of engagement in your storefront, which means people will want to chat to you on WhatsApp or send you an email if you run the kind of business where you like to receive email before you engage. Those options are there. It's not compulsory for your customer to start paying you, but they can pick the product and say, look, I'm interested in engaging you on this particular thing. And then you can take that link and advertise it, in any social platform, that gives you access. So it's not limited to a product type of business. I hope I've been able to do justice to that. Thank you.
Yeah, that means, thank you so much. So that means you're basically only able to upload like pictures and not videos, right?
So for now, we're supporting only pictures. Again, if you want to comment on the video side, it's not impossible, but we also have to look at some of the subscription implication, but it has that capability to bring in some sort of motion type of file or material. Sure, we can do that, but we can take that offline.
All right,
I see the hand up. Thank you very much. All right, I see a hand up.
Oh yeah, so please go ahead, Ojo.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So my first question has been answered on ebooks, training platforms, and all of that. Second question is, do you have provision for affiliate? So say I sign up and then I have people who want to sell my products. Do you have a program like that?
All right, more like an affiliate marketing. So you have the product, but you are giving it out for people to be able to sell, on your behalf. I don't know if I interpreted, right? Yeah, so that's the beauty of the department that we mentioned. Maybe one of the things that will happen, there's a Google form that we will send to you so that we can have a one-on-one with you. So it allows you to be able to assign branches, departments, to be able to sell your product and all of that. So yes, that support is there. That's where the department, comes into play. I don't know if you got that.
Yeah, I got it. Just love to see it work.
All right, Christabel, I don't know, you can pick that up and let's have a one-on-one with her again, in alignment with PLLI.
Okay, okay. So
a question coming, another hand
is that
up.
sorted? Yeah, we have a hand up
Olani.
from Olani. So please you can unmute your mic and speak.
All right, thank you very much. Can you hear me?
We can.
Yes, Olani, I can hear you. Olani, I can hear you. It looks like your mic is still muted.
Okay, we don't know
can you
what's
hear me
up.
now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you. Okay, so I said somehow I interact with things like this quite often. I am in the IT consulting space, and a lot of times I come in contact with clients that want solutions like this. Now, one of my first question is, already there are solutions like this that I've interacted with, and there are some that are predominantly like known in Nigeria. So my question is, on your side of this, is there any job or is anything done in terms of marketing this solution, this should I say itself? Because most times for clients to use the solution, people to want to use the solution, they want to be sure that other people are using it or they've heard about it. Let me give you a very good instance. For example, Gigi. Gigi is an household name when it comes to selling things and all of those things. So if you're pitching a solution like that to a customer, they know Gigi. Yeah. And other people, the end users now, are willing to use Gigi because somehow they feel it's safe. But if I'm wanting to use the solution, for example, now, and I'm sending this link, to someone, something. Somehow they are saying like the domain name and all. They're like, okay, what is this one again? And with the advent of people coming up with the issues of hacking and all, people are very skeptical when it comes to clicking links and all of those things. So I want to know how much of the market, should I say share, or how much publicity has been done to sensitize people that okay, you are actually a brand that can be relied on and is safe to use, because this for me, this is the first time I'm hearing about this particular brand, and I'm like, oh, okay, so yeah, that's my question from you.
All right, thank you very much, Olani. Again, let me just rephrase the idea here. The idea here is we are not a Gigi, we are not a Glovo or a Chowdeck, a Jumia. What we are doing is that we are putting power in the hands of an entrepreneur or a business owner or a retailer or a trader to be able to build their e-commerce store. So we don't position ourselves in the marketplace as a classified platform, if I get you rightly. So think about it this way. Again, where we play more is we do B2B engagement. And if you look at what I shared to you, I showed you a couple of business management tools, and that's really what we sell. We just bring in some of these add-on, to accommodate different type of business. I was talking to a confectionery business yesterday. You probably may know them, Pastel by Hilado. I mean, I think they're into pastries and all that, but they are really good, and a lot of the things that came out in the discussion yesterday was that think about you as a business owner listing your product in a Glovo, a Chowdeck, and this is not because I want to mention brand, but today, I don't know if you are aware, Chowdeck or Glovo takes about 30%, as an incentive on every product, which means that from ordering a plate of rice in Glovo or a Chowdeck, that is probably 3,000 naira. You as a business owner, you are forced to accommodate that 30% and send it back to the customer. So it becomes 3,300. But the big challenge is that when someone walks down to your business physically, they are getting it at a cheaper price. And that's the issue they are dealing with. But of course, Chowdeck promises you access more customer and also take 30% as a take rate, It doesn't stop you from doing that, but you probably want to get to a point where you want to start building customer relationship. The link that we generate for your store is bespoke to your your storefront or your marketplace, where you can take that link to your own social media page. It's like saying that I put this link on my own social media page and people know me. Would they doubt that I'm not the one who dropped it there? You know, that's one side. Two, a lot of small businesses try to explore social media to create sponsored ads. How many infographics can you post? And how many of them can you sponsor? And think about the cost if you are going to sponsor infographics where you have maybe about 40 products. That's a lot of money. But with a link that allows your customer to click on it and see all your products in just one go, you know, gives you some good level of marketing buffer to really do more and access more. So we are not a marketplace where you can different merchants, you know, come and upload their stuff. We say take this tool and do it by yourself, you know, and start building your own storefront or your own e-commerce by yourself, amongst other tools, you know, that comes to you. And that's really the value proposition for some of the businesses we engage, that beyond this is just the marketing module of our products. But aside that, you have other these things. But where we engage the most, we do B2B engagement, working with a lot of mid to large size corporations on different levels. That's why you probably wouldn't see us, you know, everywhere, you know, flooded around Lagos or Nigeria. But we have, you know, we're supporting, you know, close to about 200 plus businesses today doing different things on the platform. So we're just creating that marketplace for you to be able to manage your storefronts, and which is a big issue for some of these businesses, small businesses today.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, I think, yeah, you answered some of my questions. Thank you. I guess I would just probably have to engage with the platform personally and see for myself, because I still have questions, but then I think I would have to see to be able to have a better understanding. Thank you very much.
Happy to do that. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Thank you once again, Mr. Nee, Mr. Richmond. Please go and see for yourself. What you see, you get. You know, and for those people that area of and meat pie is really what you see, you get, right? It's been a long time coming on this call. We appreciate the WallX team, you know, for coming on board and for the partnership and the opportunity that has been given to the audience today to come on board for free on the site. And I hope that we can take advantage of that opportunity. And once again, this is day one. The classes have started, and as of today, classes for Spark has started. You have 90 days on this journey. So imagine what's going to be happening, you know, within the next 12 weeks. It's going to be, you know, a very enlightening, you know, experience. You're definitely not going to remain, you know, you'll be transformed, totally transformed, you know, within the next 12 weeks. So please, with the Spark program, like we said, we're giving opportunity to, you can share this now, you know, with your friends, your colleagues, people you think that this will be beneficial to. This is special, you know. This is the maiden edition, and it's a pilot. And as you can see from the screen, this program is valued today, you know, at about 2 million naira, you know. But thanks to, you know, our partnerships, you know, some of the people that have spoken to us on this call, you know, some of the people that, you know, enabling this program, we are able to bring this particular cohort to you at the price that we have for 150K to everyone. And we have still gone further to say that if you're on the call today, you know, and you can, within the next 24 to 48 hours, if you can engage the link that has been shared, you know, in the chat, that has been shared in the chat, you can't get this course, for 100K today. I also see, WallX Africa has dropped a couple of links and contacts. You can reach them, for a demo, and we'll also share the links, to the offer for today with you. We'll be sharing the replay of this video as well, of this session as well with you, so that you can, watch and digest and take action. That's what's most important. We always say that when you come to events like this, you want to begin to make decisions. It's decisions that matter, not the time you spend in class, or not the knowledge that matters. It's the decision, the action that you take, from all that you have heard that matters. And some people, they want to take time, to digest and all of that. But please take fast action. Take fast action. The world is moving, and it's moving really fast. So take the decisions you need to make today, and you would get the reward of it even faster, right? So please engage the Spark program, and you'll get access to all of our offerings, all of the offers, some of which that we've been able to share with you today. And go to our website, www.PLLI.org, and the links to the Spark program, like we said, has been shared in the comment section. So please take advantage. 48 hours for this cohort. Of course, we are going to run, the cohorts after this. So if you're not able to jump on this one, or you have people that, or maybe your associates, your employees, your executive team, and you want to be part of this, you can also prepare them and reach out to us, and they can join the wait list, for the next cohort. But for today, it's been a wonderful time. Thank you, Mr. Richmond. Thank you, WallX. Please go to the comment section, say thank you to WallX and Mr. Richmond and his team, who are ably represented here for this amazing, relationship and offer that you have given today. We are all excited, and we've had an exciting time. We are coming to the end of this, and we are at the end of the Spark launch part for this cohort. And if you have any further question, our time is fast spent, and please reach out to us, send us an email, office@plli.org, office@plli.org. I'll drop it right now on the comment section, office@plli.org. Send us an email. We'll be looking forward to hearing from you, and have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic experience in the Spark, and God bless you. Thank you for coming, and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chama.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Hebsy T. Thank you. Thank you. We hope to see you. We hope to engage more with you. This is not goodbye. Because, we hope to see more of you and interact with you, and have a lovely experience. If you've got a little more time on your hand, please take a listen.
Excellence, accountability. We hold the belief that it takes a community to raise a champion. And this belief is entrenched in our practical, community-based approach to teaching. Our big why is to transform societies and inspire positive change on the African continent by building a community of exceptional leaders for the purpose, with a mission of equipping one for every 100. We value community, excellence, accountability, integrity, innovation, and sustainability. We pride ourselves in our mastery of technology to provide impactful digital-led hybrid courses to millennials and Gen Zs, in the diaspora community, locally, as well as to the key decision makers in multinationals, national corporates, SMEs, and the trade sector. We are a tech-savvy, everyday accessible solutions provider. We are specialization-focused thought leaders, flashy, yet reliable, and the rock stars of today's and tomorrow's education sector. As one of Africa's leading hybrid education hubs, we offer forward-thinking, open enrollment courses, specialized executive programs, and short modular courses in our institutions' 4 schools: the School of Governance and Politics, the School of Leadership Development, the School of Enterprise Development, and the School of Faith Ministries. Learning for global impact begins here with us. We are PLLI, the Pistis Life and Leadership Institute. Our promise is simple. You can change the world. Let's take you on that journey.
My name is Peacemaker Folabi, and I work with Brass and Castles Property Limited. It's been a remarkable 10 good weeks of learning at Spark. It's been an awesome experience right from the very first week to this very last day, and it's caused a lot of transformation in our business, and we are so grateful. I mean, our lecturers were fantastic, the coordination of the classes, the information were so rich and applicable, and all the things that we've been doing are just simply applying them to our businesses and also running with all the information that we've had. So I can tell you conveniently, watch out for this set, Spark 1. We are taking over. Thank you.
My name is Olayonju Olasukomi. It's been an intensive 11 weeks, but it's worth the time. Every dime and every hour is worth it. For me, I've been challenged. I've had clarity about a couple of things. I've been able to connect the dots and how to run a better organization and run a better business. My key takeaway from this experience is keep learning, keep getting better, and be open to changes and diversities. And I know that my business is going to be better off for this experience. The faculty have been very, very wonderful. It's not a faculty that talks just about the theory, but they speak practically, and they speak from the experiences that they have had. A lot of case studies from their previous projects or businesses that they have done, and it's quite very, very insightful and practicable things that you can take away with and begin to run with it. My encouragement is anyone watching this in future or close by, PLLI, you need to watch out for us. We're coming.
I want to thank the organizers of this program, of the Spark course, and it was really impactful. Like, we learned a lot, and I pray everyone would, inculcate this in their businesses, and we'll do better going forward. Thank you very much.
My name is Adebayo Latoyi. I'm one of the beneficiaries of this course, Spark Cohort 1, and I've really learned a lot. I've learned so much about strategy development, business management skill, tasks, and different approaches to ensure that my business grows and I'm able to provide better solutions for my customers. So I'm really grateful, and I'm very sure that my business will be better off by the time I go back to my business to incorporate all of the ideas and the knowledge and the theories I've gained in the course of the course. And I pray that everyone that have also gone through this process, our business will be better off and will be more profitable and better provide solution to our society. Thank you.